What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fish Central. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 aquarium plants that every beginner fish keeper should have. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so my first plant is Java Ferns. Java Ferns are an excellent plant to have in your tank. They don't require CO2, they don't require root tabs. The reason they don't require root tabs is because they like to grow on rocks and wood, kind of like Anubias, but I'll talk about that later in the video. But Java Ferns like to grow on wood and rocks. Hardscape is basically wood and rocks. And they don't require CO2 in the tank, so they can just grow by themselves. They don't have to have much maintenance or anything. To propagate them, just snip the part of a piece of the rhizome. The rhizome's like a stick-like lumpy thing that the roots shoot out of, and so you just snip that off and plant it on a piece of wood. It can go in gravel, but I wouldn't recommend that because it just doesn't like the rhizome. The rhizome doesn't like being buried in the sand or rocks. So just plant it on a piece of wood, tie it with a piece of fishing line, or use a Gorilla Glue, and you should be good to go. Alright, so my second plant on my list is Anubias. Anubias is a really great beginner plant. 1, because it doesn't require CO2. 2, because it doesn't require root tabs. Anubias, just like kind of like Java Ferns, they grow on wood and rocks. They like to attach themselves to the wood and let the roots kind of hang off from there, or let the roots grab onto it. And it's really easy to grow. It is slow growing, however, so it'll take a little while. Depending on what parameters are in your tank, you know, it might grow a little bit faster or slower. But overall, usually it's just a slow grower. But if you have patience and you wait, your tank's gonna start looking like my tank. My Anubias, I propagated it. It has a rhizome, just like Java Ferns, and you just snip off the rhizome, have about 2 or 3 leaves and a couple of roots on the bottom of the rhizome, and tie it to another piece of wood, again with fishing line or Gorilla Glue, and then you should be good to go. I love this plant. I've had it for about 2 years now in this 55-gallon tank, and it has done great, and I recommend it to beginner fish keepers who are looking for some plants to have in their tank. Get Anubias. It'll work great for you. Alright, so my third plant on the list for today is the Amazon sword. Amazon swords are really cool, and they're pretty popular in the fish keeping business. They do need root tabs, but once you just keep it fed and have the root tabs and fertilizer, it'll go wild. It grows huge. Whatever space it is given to growing, that's how big it's going to grow. So if you have a 5-gallon tank, which I don't recommend having it in there. But if you, for instance, if you had a 5-gallon tank, it'll grow small because the tank is small. If you have a 55-gallon tank, it's gonna take over the whole tank. This plant that I have in here, I just bought it, so it's still, you know, getting adjusted to its new environment. Usually, Amazon swords are grown out of the water, or if you get one that's grown out of the water, the leaves on top, the big round or oval kind of leaves will die off or burn off, and then they'll grow up new shoots. So yeah, it's a pretty cool plant. Also, they have things called runners that run out of the plant, and then it just shoots up like baby Amazon swords. It's pretty cool to see. I haven't seen it yet though because, you know, this is a new plant, but I definitely recommend it to new fish keepers who are just coming into the hobby. Definitely purchase Amazon sword. Also, you can get them for about $5. Most of these plants are pretty cheap. Amazon sword, $5, $3 even maybe, depending on how many you get. Amazon sword, $5, and Anubias about $5. Same thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.